just ahead on CTV News. A winter snowstorm is headed to Maryland. And a historic class of senators were sworn in today. Plus,
some Greenbelt residents are saying that they have not had heat in their apartments since mid-November. I'm Bryce Parker. We'll have more coming up on CTV News.
Those stories and more on CTV News, starting now.
Good evening. This is CTV News for January 3rd. I'm Mariah Jalad. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news tonight, Maryland is expecting to see its first snow of the year and crews are preparing the roads. Our Michaela Newton is live in the studio with more. Michaela?
That's right, Mariah, and we could be seeing our first snow of 2025, and that's not good news, particularly for some of us who actually have plans out there, but we could be seeing snow twice in the next 4 days. How much snow do you ask? Well, for the D.C. metro area, we could possibly see 3 to 6 inches. Now, snow is not only possible for tonight, but also Monday from around 1 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we spoke with Angela Rousson from the Department of Public Works and Transportation, who says the county has 91 drivers and 42 trucks ready to work hard tonight.
Prince George's County is ready for snow. We actually began preparations for snow long before this weekend. So we began that process way before the first snowflakes fall. And part of that preparation was with our dry run exercise, and that happened in the fall of 2024. So one thing I can say is DPW&T is ready for the snow. Stay inside, stay safe, and stay dry. But if they have to get out on the roads, please exercise caution. If you see our snowplow trucks, give them a little bit of room to do their work. Don't follow too closely as they're out on the road trying to make the driving environment safe.
Well, the National Weather Service issued warnings for slippery road conditions, so again, drive carefully. Other tips to ensure you are prepared for the snow: make sure you gather emergency supplies like food, water, and medications. Ensure your home is properly insulated. Have a snow shovel readily available, and winterize your car with good tires and fluids. Make sure you also stock up on rock salt for walkways and have warm clothes and blankets on hand. Mariah?
Thanks so much, Michaela. Are you excited, or are you not looking forward to this?
I'm not looking forward to it because I have to drive in it. So it's so inconvenient when you have to drive in snow. So
I agree. It's nice to look at, but not so nice to actually be in it.
Absolutely.
All right. And in some national news, the 119th U.S. Congress convenes for the first time today after the swearing in of some history-making senators.
You will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which you are about to enter. So help you God.
I do.
Congratulations, Senators.
And that's including Prince George's own Angela Brooks, who is the first Black woman to represent Maryland in the Senate. She joins Lisa Blunt Rochester of Delaware, making the first time in the nation's history that 2 Black women senators have served at the same time. Other landmark swearings in included Senator Andy Kim of New Jersey, the first Korean American in Congress, and the first openly transgender person in Congress, Representative Sarah McBride. This new class of Congress begins at the end of a disappointing last session, one that's being called the least productive in the last 50 years. And the 119th Congress will also include a record number of Black members. The Congressional Black Caucus hosted its swearing-in ceremony this morning. The organization welcomed 62 members, the largest in the caucus's history. Senator Angela Brooks, along with Senator Lisa Blunt Rochester of Delaware, received a standing ovation.
Because this is a body that understands that the assignment is not to make history. The assignment is not to be the first. The assignment is not to be the last. The assignment is to make sure that our time here matters. And that's exactly what the CBC has done throughout its entire history. Where the CBC has been our conscience. The CBC has been our rock. The CBC has been an organization that made sure we did not just fight against injustice, but we actually fought for justice.
The Congressional Black Caucus was first formed back in 1971. And meantime, Louisiana Representative Mike Johnson has been re-elected as Majority House Speaker. Initially, Johnson did not reach the 218 votes needed to recapture his seat, earning 216 to Democratic Representative Hakeem Jeffries' 215. However, Texas Representative Keith Self and South Carolina Representative Ralph Norman flipped their votes from other Republican candidates to Johnson. The House can now certify President-elect Donald Trump's victory on January 6th. And President Joe Biden's desk is piled high with bills after Congress wrapped up its work last week. According to a report, there are 76 bills waiting on his final say. One of the key bills on his desk, the Social Security Fairness Act. Biden has 10 calendar days, excluding Sundays, to take action on any bill. That means he has until January 8th to sign or veto the Social Security Fairness Act. If he doesn't act by then, it could face a pocket veto where the bill dies because Congress won't be around to override it. And in about 2 weeks, President-elect Donald Trump will hold a Make America Great Again victory rally at Capital One Arena in D.C. The event will be Trump's first rally in the district since an event on the Ellipse, which was immediately followed by the January 6th insurrection. Capital One Arena has a capacity of about 20,000 people. Thousands are also expected to protest at the National Mall the day before Trump's rally in the People's March, organized by groups like the American Civil Liberties Union, Planned Parenthood Federation of America, and others. Well, nearly 4 years after pipe bombs were planted outside the Democratic and Republican National Committee offices on Capitol Hill, the FBI releases new images of the suspect. Take a look at your screen. This is who the FBI is looking for. The surveillance video shows the suspect sitting on a bench outside of the DNC on the evening of January 5th, 2021. The suspect is shown wearing a hooded sweatshirt, a face mask, and carrying a backpack with the pipe bomb inside. The FBI says the suspect is about 5 feet and 7 inches tall and was wearing Nike Air Max Speed Turf shoes. It's not known if the suspect is a man or a woman. A $500,000 reward is being offered to anyone with information that leads to an arrest and indictment in this case. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Mariah Jalad. Warming centers around the county are open just as frigid temps continue to drop.
I've been at warming centers since I've been here. I've been here for 24 years. We know we play an integral part, especially this time of year with the inclement weather outside.
You gotta believe without seeing. You gotta keep going, keep breathing. When you face a day it feels like you're gonna break. You gotta believe without seeing. You gotta keep going, keep breathing. When you face a day that feels like you're gonna break. So lean on the ones that love you, the guardian angels above you, and think about when peace just another color. Ooh, just another color. Just another color.
In Greenbelt, residents in a condominium community have been experiencing issues with heat, some since last November. And with a winter storm coming, concerns continue to grow for these residents. Bryce Parker tells us what's going on in the community.
So Mariah, behind me is Chelsea Woods condominiums, and if you think the temperatures have been frigid outside, imagine experiencing those same temperatures when you travel inside of your apartment. That's what residents are saying they have been experiencing for the past 2 months, where the heat has not been on since mid-November due to multiple pipes bursting in the complex. Residents began experiencing heating issues prior to Thanksgiving following a bursted pipe. Initial repairs were completed in early January, but comfort would be short-lived as another pipe bursted just days after. Day by day, anger grows and patience thins towards not only the management company, but the county council as well.
We're getting ready to go into a storm, and all we're getting are letters and individual notices to tell us what to do and what not to do. It makes no sense to us. They're saying go to your insurance companies or go to a warming center. We shouldn't have to go through our insurance companies to get heat.
So far, they put a letter on the wall saying that certain people now have heat, but I don't believe it. And it don't make any sense.
We're talking about frigid degree temperatures on Sunday evening and Monday. What are we supposed to do?
I don't even trust the county, PG County members, to be honest, because they came out here a couple of weeks ago, but they only came to check for the people who was renting from the owners. They wasn't really worried about the condo owners.
But this has been a long, drawn-out process, and everybody's getting tired of it. You have older people, you have seniors, you have families with kids, children, and their pets. We should not have to endure this negligence, because it's negligence.
So Mariah, we will continue to follow the situation closely. As of right now, the residents are still experiencing temperatures frigid inside of their apartments. In Greenbelt, I'm Bryce Parker, CTV News.
Thank you, Bryce. And CTV reached out to both the management company of the complex and Prince George's County Council member Ingrid Watson, who presides over Greenbelt. We're still waiting for a response. And with snow and extremely cold temperatures heading our way this weekend, the county has opened up its warming centers to residents. 20 county-run community centers will operate as warming centers throughout Prince George's. The warming centers provide shelter to residents, particularly those most vulnerable population. One of those facilities is the Prince George's Sports and Learning Complex in Landover. Officials say at the complex, residents can come in, charge their phones, get warm, and even eat at the cafe.
Everyone to feel like they're welcomed here, right? Because we know situations arise not just from the temperature and climate outside, but during this time of year also where we have situations where we might have power outages, where people may not have heat at their homes. You're always welcome to come here. We're open, like I said, the operating hours Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 12 to 6. Our staff is welcome. We're here for you.
To find the nearest warming center, visit pgparks.com. Well, the windy weather this week has wreaked havoc in some parts of the county, and with the snowy weather ahead, the last thing homeowners want to imagine is dealing with a damaged roof. For one single mother and grandmother in Prince George's, that's been the reality. Tawana Wright hasn't had the funds to maintain her damaged roof. But today, the County Community Development Corporation and at-large council member Calvin Hawkins teamed up with roofers to change that.
I'm getting a brand new roof. Put on my home. My roof, I was leaking, so it was coming through, and I reached out to Miss Wright, Phyllis Wright, for assistance, if she could give me assistance, and that's when it went to Councilman Calvin Hawkins at large, and he stepped in, and this is where we're at today.
Ms. Wright has a daughter and 3 kids, and one of them has cerebral palsy, and she doesn't have the means to put a roof on there. And when I went into her house, I saw buckets and other things, and so this is my way of giving back.
And Ms. Wright says with the new roof, she's looking forward to a warmer home and lower bills. And speaking of bills, Pepco customers, listen up. The utility company recently sent out a notice of upcoming changes. Starting this month, you could see a 5% bill increase. The adjustments reflect changes in supply costs, weather, and surcharges. We talked to Pepco about how much more residents can expect to pay each bill.
So our customers, beginning this month, will experience a 5% increase in their overall bill. So what does that mean? So let's say your bill is currently around $166 a month. It will rise to $173 per month. So some of those factors that are driving that increase are a supply increase. So what's the supply? The supply rate, or also known as the commodity cost, is the cost of energy that we, Pepco, purchase to deliver energy to our customers. We have a great website set up for our customers. It's pepco.com/bill support. and it has everything you need to know about the increase. It breaks it down depending on where you live. It also has, it's like a one-stop shop for the ways to save and energy assistance.
Again, customers seeking to manage energy costs are encouraged to visit pepco.com/bill support. And the County Planning Department releases some new data on the changing population of Prince George's. That includes the migration in and out of the county, where new residents are coming from, and where they end up when they leave the county. Based on U.S. Census data, we can estimate that almost 60,000 people moved to Prince George's over the last 5 years. The most common place people are coming from is the district, followed by neighboring Montgomery County. Others come from Fairfax, Alexandria, and Arlington counties in Virginia. In that same period, about 50,000 people moved out of the county. Most of them stayed in Maryland, going to Anne Arundel, Charles, and Howard counties. Some further destinations that made the top 10 include Petersburg City, Virginia, and Cook County, Illinois, also known as the City of Chicago. And Maryland has seen a significant decline in violent crime statewide in 2024. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Maryland made the announcement yesterday, sharing a decline in homicides by 32% across the state. The office credits the Department of Justice's Project Safe Neighborhoods program, which brings together all levels of law enforcement and communities to reduce violent crime and gun violence. The office also reports a decline in costly and unnecessary incarceration within the state. And a group of researchers and Montgomery County firefighters are undergoing a decontamination process after a fire broke out at a laboratory. The fire started around 11 a.m. yesterday at a Rockville research facility, with more than 50 firefighters on the scene. A spokesman for the department says the decontamination process is out of an abundance of caution. So far, no injuries have been reported at this time. Well, there's a lot going on this weekend. Stay tuned to find out things you can do around town. Don't go away. CTV News will be right back.
Us. It's what this country is made of. A helping hand, a shoulder to lean on. Different voices.
Hello.
One sacred bond. But right now, that bond is fraying. Where do we find common ground? How do we get back to us? The why fills the gaps and bridges our divides. Now, more than ever, the why needs your support. Because where there's a why, there's an us. For a better us, support your local why today.
Well, as we reported yesterday, January 9th will be a national day of mourning in honor of the recent passing of President Jimmy Carter, meaning all federal agencies will be closed. Now, federal courts in Maryland have also announced closures for the day. The U.S. District Court of Maryland, and the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit will still continue election filing on that day. The Maryland Judiciary will also remain open at that time. Well, the U.S. Department of Labor wants thousands of Marylanders to know that it's holding millions of dollars in their unpaid wages, and all workers have to do to get it is ask. The department's Workers Owed Wages, or WOW database, has nearly $7 million in unpaid wages for Maryland workers that may not have been paid for hours clocked, overtime, or any reason. The Wage and Hour Division investigates complaints from workers and then collects back wages from employers. Low-wage workers are the most likely to be affected by wage theft, like construction workers and security guards or custodians. The division is only allowed to keep the wages for 3 years, so it is encouraging workers to check the WOW database as a part of their yearly routine. Well, there's a lot to do around the DMV this weekend if you don't mind weathering a little snow. Joining the CTV family is our new entertainment reporter, Brittany Aaliyah, with What's the Move?
Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to 2025 and a brand new chapter. I'm thrilled to join the CTV family as your new entertainment reporter. I can't wait to bring you all the latest buzz and entertainment and events happening right here in our community. Now look, a new year means new opportunities, fresh starts, and endless possibilities for unforgettable memories. So let's dive right in and see what's happening this weekend around the DMV that you won't want to miss. Let's kick things off this weekend with a thrilling opportunity at Dinosaur Park in Laurel. Get ready for an unforgettable Saturday where you can get into the shoes of a paleontologist for the day. This amazing event is brought to you by the Maryland Parks and Recreation, where you will dive into the fascinating world of fossils. Explore Maryland's prehistoric past with the entire family. And if you're looking for something a little more artsy, this Saturday, head over to the Mixed Food Hall in Brentwood. Here's where creativity comes alive at the Homegrown Pop-Up Market. Local artists, chefs, and craft makers are uniting to showcase their incredible talents. And you know, this is the perfect occasion to support small businesses while collecting unique treasures for your home. It's an artistic celebration that's not just entertainment, but vital to our community. Now, let's switch gears and talk a little music. Don't you want a night filled with smooth R&B and electrifying vibes? Because Sir Grego Experience is hitting Bowie, Maryland this Saturday. Feel the beat of live music at the Bowie Center for the Performing Arts as Sir Grego takes the stage with wine, beer, snacks, and exclusive merchandise from vendors available before the show. This is a night you simply cannot miss. And speaking of music and catching all the vibes, you might have already heard a familiar voice on the radio. That's right, DMV's very own Raheem Devon has officially become the host of the legendary Quiet Storm radio show on 96.3 FM WHUR. Tune in weekdays 7:30 p.m. to midnight for a relaxed wine and dine music session with Raheem Devon. And guess what? The circus is coming to town. Get excited for the spectacular show called Portugal Circus that will defy gravity and keep you on the edge of your seat. With jaw-dropping performances and acts and delightful clowns, this circus experiences promises to create memories that will last a lifetime for all ages. Now, mark your calendars because the Wizards are hosting an exciting Kids Day as they face off against the Pelicans this Sunday at 6 p.m. And check this out. The first 5,000 fans will snag a free Wizards backpack. And don't forget about the pregame block party at District E with face painters, balloon artists, and fun activities. It's the perfect way to kick off a family-friendly evening. And finally, you know, I have to mention the big game this Sunday. It's not a home game, so safe travels if you're heading to the Commanders versus Cowboys game. But if you're staying inside, tuning in, don't miss the Golden Globes airing later on that evening after the game, hosted by the talented comedian Nikki Glazer. So, as we move into this new year, I wish you all a year filled with good health, wealth, and happiness. Let's make 2025 our best year yet. Thanks, Mariah. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, thanks, Brittany. And now we have Simon here with our Friday Sports page. What's going on today, Simon?
Well, Mariah, we're going to talk about we have some great news in store about my favorite team, the Washington Commanders, as well as some exciting field hockey news. Stay right there, everybody, because coming right up, a preview of the Commanders' last game of the regular season, and a UMD head coach inks a long-term deal with her team. Be right back.
When I found out my son was using marijuana, I thought it was just part of adolescence.
Lots of teens and young people get high.
But then I found out how powerful today's concentrates are.
I couldn't believe it.
It's far more powerful than weed from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
When teens use vapes or dabs, the potency can be 80 to 100% THC.
THC can cause addiction, hallucinations, paranoia, anxiety, and cannabis-induced psychosis in youth.
For teens and young adults, marijuana use comes with increased risks
of suicidal thoughts, planning, and attempts.
And these high THC products can be bought almost anywhere.
From gas stations to dispensaries, I had no idea.
Talk to your children well before they experiment with today's potent THC products.
Get educated.
Help them understand the dangers are real.
Just Say No, KNOW. Go to justsayno.org today for the facts.
All right, sports fans, it's finally time for your Friday sports page. Let's go. Well, Commanders fans, the team will be playing their last game of the regular season come Sunday. The Burgundy and Gold will take the field against an old rival in the Dallas Cowboys. Now, momentum is key to any team transitioning from the end of the regular season to the playoffs, and offensive and defensive coordinators Cliff Kingsbury and Joe Witt talked about the importance of making sure both sides of the ball play well, as well as leaving Dallas with a win.
I think, I'm speaking from an offensive perspective, but we haven't played as well as we can play for the last 3 weeks. We've found ways, I think, in critical moments, we've been really good, and we've played hard, and the effort and resiliency has allowed us to win the games, but we haven't come close. Just the execution, play in, play out of what I've seen us be. And so I think for us, we need to play our way into that. It can't wait till the players say, hey, we're going to turn it up and we're going to get it going. And so for me, from that perspective, I'm excited about all of our guys playing and just trying to take another step as an offense.
I was fortunate enough to win a Super Bowl. We won our last 2 games, and we went on and won. I think it's important. I think but at the same time, when you get into the next tournament, all right, you'll handle each game at a time, but you always want to go in with a win. Like, positive vibes comes with winning, you know what I'm saying? And so I think it's important for us to do that.
Kickoff is at 1 o'clock. I can't wait. Meanwhile, Terps field hockey coach Missy Maharg has been the definition of success during her time in College Park. And her success was rewarded as she has signed a contract extension through December of 2028. Over the course of 37 years at the helm of the team, Maharg has won 7 national championships and has a career record of 655, 172, and 9. She also has 20 Final Four appearances, as well as 12 NCAA title game appearances. Maharg has been inducted into the National Field Hockey Coaches Association Hall of Fame, UMD Athletics Hall of Fame, and the DC Sports Hall of Fame as well. Congratulations on the extension, Coach. In other news, the Terps men's basketball team fell to Washington last night in a close game, 75-69. They are now 11-3 and will continue their West Coast trip when they take on Big Ten newcomer Oregon on Sunday at 4 o'clock. On the flip side, the Terps women's basketball team took down Rutgers last night, 78-61. Maryland has been great this season, as after yesterday's dub, they are now 13-0. They'll try to keep their undefeated streak alive when they take on their next opponent in Iowa on Sunday as well at 6 o'clock. And wrapping up sports, the Washington Wizards will be in the Big Easy tonight, taking the court against the New Orleans Pelicans. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock. And that is your Friday sports page.
All right, Simon, it's our last time of the season. Yep. Our teams are facing off. Cowboys.
Okay.
Are going to be taking y'all on one last time. What are you hoping to see?
Well, Mariah, and I want to see us just play complementary football. On the offensive side of the ball, I want us to get out to a nice, fast start. On defense, I want to make sure that we make the right plays, we make tackles, we do a good job of stopping their run game. I'm really excited about this game, and to prove to you I'm excited about this game, I brought something a little bit out of the box tonight.
Wow, okay.
It's a little bit
You're
big.
You're outdoing me here with my.
I think it make it work though. What y'all think? I think it look pretty good. What y'all, let me know something. But like I said, I'm really excited about this game. A division game is always good. I hope we can get a win going into the playoffs. Should be a good one. I can't wait.
Okay. Awesome. Now let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast tonight. As we mentioned earlier, snow has already started if you're in some places in Maryland, but it should slow down around 7 p.m. Tomorrow, it's going to be 33 degrees and sunny, but expect wind speeds up to 32 miles per hour. Sunday will be mostly sunny with a high of 34, but more snow is on the way Sunday night. Monday, it'll be 32 degrees, but keep out the snow boots because we have a 100% chance of snow and sleet. And for our community calendar tomorrow evening, the Brentwood Arts Exchange has a new exhibit on display, The Sound of DC, A Visual History of Punk DIY is a 4-part exhibition that explores the rich history of the music scene in the DMV area. This event takes place at 10 a.m. For more information, contact 301-277-2863. And that wraps up CTV News for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again Monday. Good night.
Good night, everybody, and good luck, Washington.